My name is Henk Jan, and I'm founder and CEO of the Performance Experts, exercise physiologist, and Olympic gold medalist. What has that to do with that? Well, that means that I've been working for 20 years to figure out how to perform at my best to be able to get a gold medal. And to do that, I had pricked my ear many times to get some blood, and my fingers to get some blood to distinguish, to determine the level of exudation, the performance that Victor already talked about this. If you were running for more than a few minutes, then you get this exudation. But also the oxygen uptake and heart rhythm. We did this very much at that time. But after that, I was trying to find a way to get all this knowledge and experience into a daily life situation. How to help normal people or working people to perform to their best, but without all those difficult equipment. And we defined some corporate conditions. That means that we have to be able to measure quickly and within a minute, not longer, because if you do this with expensive machinery and a lot of time consuming, then if you have a company with 1,000 people and everyone is 10 minutes working, not working, but measuring their stress every day, that costs a lot of money. So it should be in as less time as possible. It must be daily, because if you do this only once, you only get something like a blood pressure measurement at the doctor's. That's always high because you're a little bit anxious. What would it be? At the doctor's, it's always higher than when you do this at home. So it must be daily, at home or at work, and then you can see the differences for every day. But also, privacy is very important. You don't want your boss to look over your shoulder and say, oh, you're stressed or not stressed. And you say, well, I'm not fine today, I want to go home, but you're not stressed, so you can work. It's something you want to keep for yourself. It's very important. But if you need some help, you have to be able to call for a coach. It can be in company, it can be some outside, but you can be helped if there's something wrong. One of the things Victor slightly explained is heart rate variability. I've been working with athletes for the last 15 years to figure out how the heart is reacting on physical and mental stress. And we have a lot of data from people who are doing these measurements every day, and we used it in the Stress Coach app. And what we measure is the time between each heart rate and the variability in that. So we measure the time in milliseconds. That must be very accurate. And then we know something about the autonomous nervous system. Well, Victor all explained that. It's very extensive for now, so I think that's clear. But together with Victor and his TNO department, we validated the measurement we can do now by using the phone camera. So you only need a cell phone, a smartphone, to do this measurement. And we do this as accurate as possible and accurate enough to use the camera to look at the heartbeat, the interval between heartbeats. Because if you look at the color of your finger, it's a little bit red over there because the flashlight is coloring your finger. The differences in color can be used to determine this time interbeat time. And that's one of the conditions we stated, because we don't want extra devices to be sold or to be bought to do this measurement. Only your smartphone is enough to do this measurement. So, if you look at the process, then the first part is detection. And we know that about 20% of the people, some countries it's a little bit more, in the US it's 33%, of the people have high stress levels. And the other ones, the other 80%, can measure their stress and have no problem. And that's not too bad, because it can be reassuring. People are talking a lot about stress, and I might have stress because I'm working a lot harder than my neighbor, but it doesn't mean that you have stress. So if you have the reassurance of a measurement that's saying, well, you're fine, then it's very good also for your personal performance. But for the other 20%, you can make an action plan. You can do this yourself at the beginning, your self-management for this. You get some advices from the app that says, well, in this situation I would do this, or you can do this. There are 600 different advices in the app, and you can work with that. But if that's not enough, you can press the button and say, well, I need a coach. And depending on how we arrange this with your company, you can have a special coach assigned for each group of people. Well, if you look at this, you can see different results over a month or a week. So you can see the effects of an intervention. If you change your behavior, you can see if that has any influence on your stress levels. And if you press the coach button, the coach can see this data also and help you to design a program to cope with your main stressors. That can be at work, can be at home, can be anything. Depends on how you work, how your personal preferences are. Nobody else can see this. It's only you and your coach. And Victor has a question already. 2 questions. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I have a question for Victor. Okay. All right. So that's the main thing. If you want to try it, you can send an email to knowyourstress@stresscoachapp.com, and we can send you an account so you can learn about your own stress, ask some questions if you have, and we're very happy to help you. Also, if you're very interested in doing this for other people within your company, we are able to give some more information.